What's up, guys, and welcome back to the Mall of Scamerica. Welcome back to Mall Simulator. Business is absolutely booming here, but we have definitely hit a bit of a roadblock with our tech store here. So we're gonna have a slight change of strategy. Now, obviously, we've got all the downstairs stores, but I was looking to, we have so many stores upstairs we're gonna have to get to eventually. I think I'm most excited for the cinema over here, but it levels all the way up to level 20 over here. So we've got a long way to go. We've got a lot of stores to open, but like I said, we're going to focus on what's down here. We're going to try to make this as good as we possibly can, and we're going to try to maximize our XP. Now, one thing we definitely need to do is get a bunch more water closet services here, so we're going to try to get, let's get 10 toilet paper. Oh, nope, that's the wrong way around. We need 2 soap dispensers and 10 toilet papers so we can make sure we're always keeping this stock. I believe every time somebody uses one of our glorious one-ply pieces of toilet paper here, we get XP from that. So really, I think XP is our biggest thing. We want to keep leveling up to be able to buy more stores, to be able to get more XP. Obviously, it's all kind of exponential, and then the higher level we are, I think the more XP it's going to cost to be able to level up again. So basically, just want to make sure we keep this white gold in the bathroom at all times, and we're also going to want to keep the hand soap stocked. I got to be honest, it is quite ridiculous that it's been a couple of days since we stocked this, and we have gone through 10 rolls of toilet paper per stall. We don't even have like a food court or anything. I have no idea what these people are eating, but you know, like I said, we're going to keep this thing stocked. We're going to try to maximize the XP that we can get. But yeah, XP is kind of the problem. You can see right now we've got $60,000, which is pretty dang good. So what I'm gonna do, got 1 extra soap there, we're gonna throw that down. I'm gonna make sure that we have everything stocked for all of our stores. We've been doing just like the most expensive items here, so I'm gonna go through and make these orders. We're gonna let everyone do their things slowly throughout the day, and we're going to see where this day ends up with, and then we're going to mix things up big time. So if we get the top 6 to 9 things from every store that we have so far, it is a $31,000 order, which is crazy. But we are making a lot of money now, which is kind of exciting. Now, we do have one change in here. I did grind a little bit off screen. The only thing I did, we've been selling these guys on the front side, and then we're selling the iPhone over here on the back side. We don't have anybody stocking this. We've got to do it ourselves. We've got our laptops here, and then we did end up buying an accessories shelf so we can start to sell these AirPod Maxes, as well as our Razer mice. We unlocked the ability to buy these at the end of the last episode, but we didn't have a place to actually put them, so that feels good. And we could just keep those there for now. So we're just going to kind of let this cook. We're going to let everyone take care of everything. Make sure that everything is all fully stocked up, and we're going to see what the stats are at the end of the day. Got to make sure our ATM always has bank notes in here. Appreciate you. $40 fee. You guys are getting absolutely rinsed on that, but I am not upset about it at all. This thing is also making a ton of money, and honestly, our Kirby's are actually doing really good. I haven't picked up the money from any of these in a while, so like we've got $7,000 from that. Absolutely, I will take that. We've got 300 there, 2,200 there, and then we should have a bunch out here. 27 on the red, 68 on the blue. Everyone's just parking as soon as they walk in. And then we've got 27 here, and I did notice this. Somebody said that down in the comments, that we can unlock the next level of slots at 12. So we're going to have to make sure we keep an eye on that. But let's go ahead and collect all of our ads, collect our ATM. We're really starting to get into like ridiculous money territory here, and I kind of love it. But yeah, basically the setup that we've been doing with the more expensive items that we've got the higher, not necessarily higher markups on, it's the same markup from a percentage standpoint, but we're obviously going to be making more from those. We've got all of this set up, and what we're going to do is we are going to end up, we don't have any place for that. We are going to end up expanding stores today, and we're going to see if we can get all items, like all of our clothes in here. If we look at the clothing store, we're going to have even the cheap stuff in here. And I'm curious if we have a bunch of expansions, or at least do like 2 stores fully just to kind of test it out. I want to see if we will get more customers and more spend in here, even if technically it's lower priced items. It's you know, obviously just a sales standpoint. You're looking for as many sales as you can get, and if you're getting more people in the mall, then maybe you're going to be able to get more overall sales and potentially more people buying the expensive stuff too. And obviously it could get kind of exciting. To be honest, I just love the idea of having better organized stores and larger stores, and you know, all sorts of items laid out looking all beautiful and stuff. So it's going to be really interesting. I hope it works out well for us, and we'll see how it goes. For right now, we just kick back, relax, relax, wait a little bit. Sometimes I like going into our CCTV. We can keep an eye on everyone, make sure our employees are looking good. You could actually do stock inventory here, which is kind of cool. Yeah, we're just gonna hang out and wait for the end of the day so we can at least get kind of a baseline, get our independent variable here. We're back in high school science class. Okay, here we go. Let's see how the day ended. It looks like day 25. We had 115 satisfied customers, 14 products not found, 60 products expensive. Really, we're just looking at total customers, 158, total income, 83,300. Let's see if we can improve upon this. So what I'm going to come in here, and unfortunately for him, he's going to have to go. Oop, nope, not the cashier. The restocker is going to have to go. Sorry about that, ma'am. You're good to go. So we are going to expand our Knit Happen store here. I'm really curious how this is going to work. So for $4,500, it expands backwards. Not by a whole lot, but a little bit. Okay, that's kind of cool. You could see our warehouse back here was an absolute mess, so we're gonna have to get him under control, but we've got that there. I'm gonna say let's get the next one, maybe the next one too. We'll see if we have enough space here. We'll see what happens. Oh my goodness, dude. Okay, this is absolutely ridiculous. We increased our storage space too, which is crazy, and we obviously had some issues here, but we're gonna be able to figure this out. So what I'm gonna do, this is gonna be his job for later. I'm just gonna move all these boxes back in the back. Our stocker's gonna have to get this figured out later. We're obviously gonna have to get a lot more storage shelves for him, and eventually it's all gonna work out. We're gonna move her all the way back here. We're gonna try to get her as close to the wall as possible. Obviously, I want this to look good. That's a little bit too close. I want this to look good, but I want it to be functional. So we'll pull her off the wall a little bit. She's gonna be right there. That feels a little close. I mean, I'm not trying to completely screw these guys over. There we go. That's a little bit more appropriate. So we've got that there. I do want to start getting into decorations and stuff. I feel like the plant right there is nice, but now really the most efficient way that we have are these tables. So I think we're going to want to buy as many of these tables as possible. We've got vertical shelves as well, which it looks like that has 3 slots there, but I think the tables are going to be the key. So I'm going to buy 6 of these. I want to set this up nicely. I'm also going to buy some more of these. Let's get 4 of these. I feel like we should put the really expensive stuff hanging up by itself. It's like we could have some of these like that. We could move this over here. And what we're going to do, I say we take everything off the hangers for right now. And we're going to put this stuff up later. I kind of talked about this in the previous episode. I'm going to have this set up so it's going to be like our designer area where we've got, I mean, we should probably just have them lining the walls, to be honest. I was going to space them out, but I think we're going to need the most. I mean, you have to kind of space them a little bit. I think we're really going to need a lot of space, but we'll see how this works out. So we're going to have all of these like this. And again, we're just going to try to pick all of this stuff up. I'm going to try to put whatever I can in matching boxes here, and we're going to get stuff back out here eventually. But the thing is wherever you place, like you can see the blue jeans are down right here. Wherever you place something down, that's where your stocker will continue to place that stuff. He will not ever change that. It will always be in that spot, which honestly I think is kind of nice if you have it set up correctly in the first place. But right now we're kind of a little disorganized, so that's why we have so much stock back here in the back. He wasn't placing half of this stuff even when we were ordering it, because technically there were open spaces where there weren't closed, but those spaces didn't have the right item in them, so he was just kind of letting it ride. So we're just going to pick all this stuff up. He's going to have to deal with this later. Dude, we have so much money in inventory here. We probably have a good $250,000 or more in inventory just sitting around. So this is going to be very beneficial to us when we can get this figured out. It's just going to take a lot of organization to make that happen, and we're going to want to move all of this stuff out of the way for right now. Now, let me see what we're working with here. So if we look at products, we should be able to figure this out. So we've got 3 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 24, 25, 26. So we've got 26 total items. Do we just want to buy the last license? I say we go for it. It's $25,000. Why not? And are we going to be able to buy one of everything? I kind of want to buy 1 box of everything just for the heck of it. Let me see what that's going to cost us. I know we could do this in a slightly less wasteful way, but at the same time, I just kind of want to make sure that we can keep everything even and on the up and up. That's going to be $28,000. So now we know literally all of this we don't need. We're going to be able to set up this entire shop with every item we would ever need. It's all sitting out there. It was just delivered. My goodness, dude. All of that was just delivered. All of this is going to go back here, and then slowly but surely he should be able to get through the backlog, and we should be able to sell all of this. I am a little bit nervous because we did just spend a lot of money there. We're looking okay for stock in other stores. I don't know that we have a ton, but the thing is eventually we're going to have to do this for every store. You know what I mean? This is the first store we could do this for because this is the first time that we have had everything available, but I'm really curious if this is going to get us a bunch more sales and if this is going to be worth it or if we're just barking up the wrong tree here, and we're going to find out soon enough. So basically what I think should happen, I'm just going to put these in here willy-nilly. It's not a big deal. I think you should be able to put one just for efficiency's sake, for like our stalker's sake. Like if he goes back in the back and he grabs a fresh box of items, I want him to be able to put that entire box out in slots right next to each other, if that makes sense. Like I don't want to have just, we've got this orange t-shirt. I don't want this to be right here. Well, I guess the orange t-shirt was a bad thing because it's only 5. Does the blue only have 5? Okay, so this might actually end up working out. But like if we had 10, some of them have 10 items. I didn't want him to grab a box for 5 items and then walk the other 5 back to the back. I want him to be able to put them side by side. But it's just going to be one box per spaces that are next to each other is going to be my plan. This is fun, dude. This game, it keeps getting deeper and deeper and deeper. I was not ready for it to be as deep as it is, but this is pretty incredible. And then I'm also going to go through, we're going to make sure everything is all set up. So there you go. You can see this, he would have grabbed this box, walked all the way over here and put it there, and then he wouldn't have been able to put it back. So I'm going to say, let's actually put these next to each other up here. I don't want him to have to move. I want him to be able to stand in the same place and do his thing. Now we're going to be onto these. Are going to go right next to each other. Watch, everything is going to be 10 going forward, isn't it? Of course it is. So we're going to have one empty spot, but I'm not too worried about that. It must be that as we get into the higher quality items, they just come with more, but that's fine with me, dude. We're gonna be fine. So we're gonna set all those up there, all these up here, and I think we're gonna have way too many tables, Trev. I think you overdid it here. I don't think we're gonna be able to move these tables to other spaces either. This is gonna be really unfortunate, but that's fine, I guess. Just got a little bit too excited. Your boy loves a little bit of organization, bro. This one's gonna scratch the itch. I still can't believe when we were doing Supermarket Simulator, the last episode that we did, it was like a 1.5 hour episode of just organizing the store and making sure that everything was all set up. And you guys are freaks the same way that I am. That video did so well. It was one of the best ones that we had on the entire series. Honestly, one of the best videos I've had on the channel, period. It's one of my favorite videos that we've ever done. And it was just really, really nice to be able to, ooh, shoot. Okay, do we want those there? Now we're going to be able to make things aesthetic. These all lats onto one. I might get rid of this corner piece. Will these hang up? And those are all on one. There you go. Okay, so that's going to be the key. I'm going to move this. We're going to put this up. I'm sorry, I kind of got off track here because I was worried about this. But yeah, anyway, I appreciate you guys being freaks like I am. So I'm hoping you guys enjoy this, and maybe we could do this with more stores. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the most expensive items on their own individual things, and then we can add some plants and stuff in here. So the blinder's coat is going to be the next most expensive item. We'll put that there. Can we get rid of these? We can't. What we could do is we could just move stuff over eventually. So we've got that. We've got the patchwork jeans. And I don't know if we want to try to put these next to each other. We could put the jeans next to the pants. We could have like different areas of the shop. The Havana hoodie obviously looks very special and designer. And I think maybe furry pants in the Wednesday. Maybe we just take this whole thing here. We'll put the furry pants over there. We'll take the Wednesday dress, and then we're just going to box this entire thing up, and we'll get 2 more hangers that we can put around. So we're just going to start boxing these up. This is really unfortunate that it's how it worked out, but that's okay. Also, it is ridiculous. I mean, technically we could double up on everything. We'll see how the layout's looking, but like I kind of like the idea of having it a less is more type of store rather than having racks and racks and rows of clothes. We can just kind of, you know, have a few items and make it look a little bit nicer. Last one here. Oop, hold on. Didn't mean to drop that soon. This is just the corner of shame over there, and we're gonna need 2 more pieces of furniture. Do we want a vertical shelf? That's got 3 things though. I feel like that doesn't really make sense. So I'm gonna get 2 more of these, and we're gonna have literally every item in here. So we can get these furry pants on here, and then we can get the Wednesday dress. I need to watch the new series of Wednesday, the new season. But all right, so we have Wow, there's only 3. Obviously, these are going to be more towards the middle. Obviously, these are going to be over on the side. So I'm going to say we could have like pants on the left side. How many pants do we have? We have 1, 2, 3 different kinds of pants. Have the cool fire pants on the white brick wall. Move these guys out of the way for right now. And then we're going to have the patchwork pants, which these are actually pretty dope, dude. Have those over here. Is that nice and even? It's not really even. I guess we could just move this one a little bit closer and then we could put a plant or something over in the corner eventually. So we've got that there. Obviously, we're going to have dresses. Let's center this on the wall. Center this on the wall. This is kind of a black and boring part of the store, but that's fine. And then we could have these guys kind of centered-ish, I guess. We definitely didn't need the max size upgrade here. This is crazy. And then we've got three of these, only 3. So I'm gonna say like 1 here. I'm just gonna kind of stagger them a little bit, I guess. I don't really know what to do with this. We'd have them like, I mean, that doesn't really make sense. We could have them staggered diagonally throughout the store. We gotta look at what kind of decorations we have, but I guess that kind of works. It's just then we've got a big open space here. So if we take a look at decorations, we could put a wishing fountain in the middle of the thing. Let's get a black shirt mannequin. Let's get a roll up for the sale. Let's get a planter and a trash can. And let's see how these guys are looking. Definitely think a trash can just inside the door will look nice. I kind of feel like you need like a sitting area with like a couch and stuff. I'm going to put the plants right there for now. I mean, I saw somebody comment that it's not a T. Martin sim video without a bunch of plants. So we'll have a little 50% off sign right here. I kind of feel like that should be, oh, it is outside though, so that works. And then we're going to have a little mannequin. Can we put the mannequin and the plants together? It doesn't, I gotta be honest, Trev, it doesn't really work, and I don't like the fact that mannequin doesn't have pants, not plants. I'm gonna buy a bunch of plants. We're gonna see which ones work best, and we could put other ones and other things. Okay, so this, I like that guy. We're gonna move this out of here for right now. I wish this guy had some decency to put a freaking shirt on, but we could put him over there. We could put this guy right in the middle, just give us a little bit more greenery in there. Let's go see these 2. This is decent. Could even like put this in a corner somewhere. Move this over a little bit to get that even perfect. And this guy's not bad either. Do we want to plant on each side of the thing here? Maybe like over in this corner, or maybe offset of the counter a little bit. Maybe like that. I don't know if I love it, but I guess it works. Looks like this one could be moved a little bit. I want to try to get these even. That's pretty nice right there, which means we could probably move this guy over. Is there anything else we want for decorations here inside? There's a 50% off sign. There's another mannequin, maybe a dress mannequin. I just don't want to get too crowded in here. I actually feel like this looks pretty good, dude. We killed it. All right. I like this a lot, and I'm hoping we're going to be able to make a lot more money. Obviously, we don't really have the money to be able to do this for another store yet. But what we could do, we're going to buy some furniture. We're going to buy some storage shelves. We can start to get these guys back in the back just to make things a little bit more organized. And obviously we are going to rehire our poor buddy that was fired. And then that way we could keep things a little bit more organized. But really what we're going to do is now this store we will have to babysit. Or I could just go through our, this is going to be just the rack of shame over here. I could go through our inventory, and we want to try to make it so that we have even boxes of everything, and ideally it's just anytime a box comes in, it either gets put on one of these shelves back here, or the slots out in the store have the perfect space for a single box. So everything is always even. We don't have anything on the ground. Everything is just all, you know, exactly how it should be. I don't think it's ever going to be perfect, but at least we can kind of start things off that way. And we've got these, and we could even start to kind of space these out a little bit, and we could have multiple storage racks in here. We do like lines of 3. He can walk back here, probably space that out a little bit more, but yeah, we can really start to get a little bit nerdy with this. But this is good. I like that. And you know what? You're back, buddy. I have officially done everything that I want to do. We're going to rehire our restocker. I think they come in from outside. Where do they come from? Oh, he's already in here. He just randomly spawned in. We'll take it. But yeah, now he's... Okay, so he will fill empty spots, but he won't put something on a shelf that's already had something on it. So now we have 2 of these black pants. Okay, I guess that works for me. And what we're going to do is we're going to go through, we're going to make sure that each one of these prices are all gravy. Meanwhile, Homeboy is back here getting to work organizing stuff up for it. I feel so bad. We came in here, just completely messed up his workflow, completely changed everything around, changed the locations of not only where everything is going, but also the actual physical tables and things. So he just came back to work, had no idea what to expect, and he's got a huge mess back there, but he's making some good money, so he can't be too upset about it. This was backwards. The price was showing it to us backwards, so we're going to try to get this thing flipped around. There we go. Is that against the wall? Kind of, not really. Make sure this is all the way back. This one's backwards as well. Okay, that's my bad. So these flaming sweatpants are the most expensive thing in the store for $350, or second most expensive, I'm sorry, and then this tie-dye dress is going to be at $387 after a 20% increase. That is pretty good there. So we have a fully stocked store. Everything is good to go in there. We hardly have enough money. I honestly haven't even looked at bills and stuff. Hopefully we're going to be able to pay this. Yes, we can. Let's go ahead and get this day started. And basically, I'm not going to touch anything. Let's even pick this up. Let's get this out of the way. Don't want anybody tripping or anything. All I'm going to do is make sure that everything... Can't place that? Fine. We'll just put that there. I'm going to make sure that everything stays stocked up exactly as it was. Knit Happens is going to get restocks on everything. We're going to make sure everything is full all day long. Every other store is going to get the top 6 to 9 things like we were doing. And then if we're having more customers and more profit, we know that this is worth it, at least from a base experiment standpoint. Obviously, there are a few more variables and things, but I don't know if you get the same amount of people every day. There's a lot of variables, to be honest, but at least we're going to get kind of a little look into this to see if it's worth expanding these stores. That actually, dude, look at how good that looks compared to what we've got going on over here. That really wet my whistle right there. Gonna restock on the sports market here. I'm just gonna try to make sure that everything always has what it needs coming in ahead of time. I don't want to have anything be out of stock, so we've got that. Next up, we're gonna work on the supermarket. Unfortunately, we don't have enough money to do everything all at once, but we are gonna be able to get there eventually. I'm just hoping we're going to be able to see enough of a difference. You know what I mean? Like, you could have different demand on different days. We could have more customers on different days. We could have, you know, quite a few things happen here. But I hope we get like a very distinguishable, hey, this was absolutely worth it. Dude, look at how good this freaking store looks. Oh my goodness, why does that make me so happy? I just wanted to, oop, shoot, we need Kirby's, we need Kirby's, hurry up. I'm not trying to stack the deck here, shoot. Okay, we're gonna have to delete the game stuff then. We gotta get Kirby's in here, or Zerby's in here ASAP. This is one of our highest grossing machines, so we've got that. This thing is honestly really good too. We could worry about the photo booth here in a second, but I think we're gonna want to get into our game store next. Going to want to keep all of our stockers working as much as they possibly can. We're just going to be looking for 5.4K, and then every store will have been restocked at least once, so we should be able to make it through the day without anything more. And what's nice is we're going to be able to keep an eye on this, and obviously anytime somebody buys something, he's going to be able to go back here and get a lot of this stuff and bring it back out here. We should move these. These should be over here, so he doesn't have to walk as far. So we're gonna get to work on that. But as we notice that we've got empty slots out here, we're gonna be able to see what that item is, and then we can buy extra of those items. Because obviously we've got a lot of backup items here. I would imagine we don't have everything, but then that way we can kind of even all of our stock out, and we can make sure that we, you know, that we're keeping track of everything, and we're not having a million of one item and not enough of another. So we're just gonna get this set up nicely, give them plenty of space to work with. Definitely going to need some more storage racks eventually, but that's pretty good. If anything, I think the more expensive stuff in here, we haven't bought any more of that, so we should probably focus at least on these two. That's crazy. That's 4.3K, but we just know that we won't have had that happen. Shoot, we're going to need more cash from the thing. Oh, goodness. Okay, so we're going to go ATM. We're going to buy some of these, and then we're also going to buy some photos for the photo booth. I think the photo booth might be the most profitable thing we have, and I think we might want to invest on getting some higher quality photos and raising those prices eventually. That and the parking is just... Parking is ridiculous. As soon as we get to level 12, we are really going to focus on parking, and that is going to be well worth it. I'm not putting 2 racks back in storage back here. We're going to wait for somebody to use that, and then we could clear out that box there, which it looks like somebody's already been there. Beautiful. And the one thing we can't forget is our almost apple, aka one of the worst things that we have here. No places for it. Those are looking okay. We're still a stalker here because it will cost us $50,000 to hire a restocker over here that doesn't have to work because nobody ever actually buys anything. Starting to get a little bit more in terms of reserves. Always like to have those extra soldiers, so we might want to get back to it. Like I said, I want to be as fair as possible. So we're going to get back to firing off as many items as we can, making sure everyone is fully stocked up. So this is not going to be the highest net profit day, but I'm going to be looking at our gross income and total number of customers and seeing if that improved clothing store had any sort of an effect on this. And keep an eye on these guys. Is there anything getting low that he's not restocking? Dude, I love that we can see in real time what we're going through. Everything's nicely organized. He better go get a black and blue dress over there. Is that what he's grabbing? Let's see. Look at that, dude. We have never had that level of organization. It's already refilled even though somebody bought from it. This has to be our end goal for every single shop in here. It is going to take so freaking long to make that happen, but it's going to be so worth it. And the problem is that issue with the extra clothes. Look at this. We've got extra stuff in here that hasn't seen shelves. So literally every store we're going to have to go through. We're going to have to fire the restocker. We're going to have to reset all the shelves, make sure everything has a space on a shelf, make sure you have enough shelves, etc., and then work your way through that. I think all of these, our reserves are honestly a little bit despicable. Look at all the extra shoes and everything. We don't have enough shoe racks, so it's going to take some work, but I think it is really going to be worth it. May as well collect here. I don't know if is that going to count towards our income? I'm mainly looking at customers. We want more customers and we want more total sales because that's where we're going to be making our real money. That's really all I'm worried. The income doesn't matter. So number of customers, and I think there was number of sales or something, that's going to be the real indicator of what we're looking for here, dude. This is crazy. I ordered some extra clothes here too. It looks like this is looking a little bit low for $345. Is that the blinders coat? See, we can help him out if we know it's an issue. Let me grab this off the top. Throw that back in there. Beautiful. We can even keep an eye on stuff now, which is incredible. Looks like those pink pants might be getting a little bit wonky, so we can go back. We can grab the feathery pink pants. These are something my wife would absolutely love. Just go ahead and throw that on the ground because he'll eventually take care of it for us. And we're going to be in good shape. Feel really bad about treating him like that, but hey, you know what? If it's, he's getting paid, he's getting paid. We at one point we paid him $20,000. He can work a few hard days, you know what I mean? And it looks like all of our stock held up pretty well in all of our stores, and we should have a good read after this next day. We did all right. We're mall level 10.3, which is pretty good. That dude, I just want to get the cinema. I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to grind until we get the cinema. We're going to open that up. It's been on my wish list. It came out like 2 weeks ago. We've had so many games, and I'm kind of struggling because, like, I'll be honest, I'm obsessed with Anno right now. I'm really enjoying this. Jurassic World, I feel like I'm kind of getting a little bit over. I mean, it's fun, but it feels a little repetitive. It just feels like we've played that game before. I really want to play, it's like a movie theater simulator, ultimate movie theater, something, whatever. I don't know. I saw it in a comment the other day and it reminded me that it had come out and that we had kind of skipped it because we had other games we were playing. So I'm thinking about firing that up at some point, but I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. Look at this guy paying $157 at the end of the day to take his photo with his balls and all bag. Bro, what? And he's going to go play the arcade too? Just absolutely made of money, this lad. And he got it on the first try, bro. We got finessed. And he's driving the Mustang out here. Nope, that's not his. Bro, what are you whipping? I don't see any other cars in the parking lot. I love that everyone has their own individual cars and stuff. That's so... Oh, he just disappeared. Okay. Well, this is the moment of truth. So before we close this and find out, previously we had 158 customers. 115 of them were satisfied. 14 products weren't found. 60 products were found expensive. We had a total income of $83,334. So we're hoping we're going to see 3 more total customers, 4 less of which were satisfied, and only $1,000 increase in income. So I don't know that really helped that much, but it certainly did scratch my itch, baby. So there you guys have it. Hope you guys enjoyed. Dang it. I was hoping we were going to get a lot more customers. We were going to be able to get a lot more XP. Oh no, that's not good. Nope, we're back. Please save. Holy cow, that scared me for a minute. I don't know if that error popped up for you guys, but I was really nervous because we just spent a lot of time on that. Did that save? Hello? Beautiful. All right, please and thank you. Yeah, that might be something we might aim for in the future then, just to try to make things look good. But I think just kind of blindly opening as many stores as possible might be the best monetary incentive for us. So we'll see what happens. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to see you guys in the next one. Hopefully our next store is better than this absolute waste of space, bro. We got a store right here. We got the option for cosmetics, cafeteria, or home goods. I kind of feel like a cafeteria should go here. I feel like you should have a cafeteria right next to the movie theater. Kind of a match made in heaven right there. So we'll see what happens. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys want more of this, let me know. A lot of good series at the moment. Having a lot of fun. And thanks for being here. Peace out.